Jeremy Ellis here. Absolute basics video about Gitpod, amazing Docker, but it's online, so you don't have to actually set up Docker. What I've got here, I've got a website, a React website. I've been teaching JavaScript for a lot of years. I don't know frameworks. I don't care about them. So let's just enter right now gitpod.io, $. This is someone else's GitHub repository. And basically, I'm going to load up Gitpod. It's doing the base image here. So Gitpod makes it so you don't have to, well, if you use the proper with the .git.ymls and the Docker files, it sets everything up for you. But right now, we're just going to try someone else's GitHub and see if Gitpod's useful. Instead of installing stuff on your computer, just try it out on the cloud. You get 100 hours free. So there it goes. It's already going. Now, I chose this one because it has a package.json. So npm install, and that'll run through the installation script. But what I'm interested in is these scripts. There's dev, there's build, there's start production. I'm going to do build and see if it'll build me a website that I might be able to move to my Git pages website or my main website. So while that, that's already finished building. So I'm going to try npm for Node Package Manager run, which sometimes you don't even have to write run, and build. And just see, here we've got a static folder. See if anything else goes in there. It looks like it's got some vulnerabilities, which is nice. I'm doing it on the cloud instead of on my own computer. Something changed there. I didn't quite see what it did. But let's see if there's something. There's some JS in there. I don't check whether there was anything in there previously. So now I'm going to try npm run, which one? Start. And see what that does. Once again, I haven't forked this repository. It seemed like it had some interesting stuff about React. There we go. It says open browser. I always wait a little bit here because, well, whatever. Let's see if there's anything live yet. So oh, there we go. A React web page. It's got a home. It looks like it's doing some sort of menu stuff, about us. New York, it's just showing you the menu system it's got. It looks great. I didn't touch my computer. It's all on the web. And that's gitpod.io. It takes a GitHub. When you first do it, it's going to ask you for your GitHub so it can communicate with GitHub. It's compared to years of setting up Linux computers, this is just wonderful. A little bit about Gitpod. You can also run snapshots. If someone's they can make a snapshot of this. So I would go in here, share workspace snapshot, and make snapshots. By the way, if I wanted to open up this, you could go open in terminal, so it would be in that terminal instead of doing CDs. Actually, I'm going to open that up right now just so I can show you. And then you can move around CD space, 2 dots goes back 1, CD stack with tab goes up a folder, ls-la gives you what's in that folder. Going through this history, gitpod.io is made by Typefox. Started in 2016. They are listed as Typefox is a specialist for computer language engineering and corresponding software tools. At the moment, you can get 100 hours a month free. That's with open source, making your own repositories. $9 US a month. Gets you the exact same thing, but you can now do private workspaces, so you can work privately. $39 US month gives you unlimited hours and private workspaces. Now, you can get as many workspaces as you want. This, what I loaded, was one workspace. You could have several going at a time, but your hours are going to work double time then. If I leave this, it'll shut down in about 30 minutes, sometimes quicker, and that will count towards your 100 hours. What I do is I go back to the open dashboard and I shut down files. I probably left several running and ran out of my 100 hours. So it's a good idea to go back to the dashboard and shut down things. See, that one's running. That's the one I'm on. I'm going to close it, but I'm also going to just shut it down, make sure it's shut down. So that's, you should stop them here. In Gitpod, you can generate a development website, then use Git pages on your website. Oh, okay, so that website I made, I could, as long as it's a static website, grab it and move it over to one of my websites. You should learn about Git pages, their websites on GitHub. Advanced tip, you should learn about gitpod.yml files and Docker files. That way you can make your own GitHub Gitpod sites, which then generate live and set up. apt-get is a Linux thing for installing stuff. You can't do apt-get from the control panel here. You have to put it in a Docker file. npm install is a little bit nicer. And I've got a video on those. And the one thing that hasn't been kind of dealt with is, what if you make a website that's a dynamic website? Well, you could move those files to some other platform, but I believe Gitpod is working with some service that will make that a lot easier, and that's coming. It's quite new. I love it. I think you should give it a try. I'm going to try to stop this.